Om Namah Shivaya, Episode 87, Chapter 15, Verses 6 to 11, The Imperishable Abode of Brahman. Verse 6 and the first half of verse 7 should be read together. Verse 6, Sri Krishna as Ishvara. To elaborate upon the abode of Brahman, says, first, that is my ultimate abode, Tat Dhamma Paramam Mama. Dhamma is a place, an abode, and the scriptures of any religion promises a place we go to after leaving this world. For most other religion, heaven is their ultimate destination, but heaven is not the ultimate destination for those who have gained moksha. For us, heaven is a desired place we go to enjoy the punyas we have accumulated. And when our punyas get exhausted, we return back to earth to take birth after birth until we gain moksha. Second, in the Vedas, moksha is often qualified by stating, having gone to which they do not return, yat gatva nani vartante. Meaning, having reached the abode of Brahman, our primary root, Tattva 1 to 5, our life of samsara ends. But this is only a figure of speech, because Brahman is the pure consciousness that is pervading the entire creation. Then where is the possibility of going or returning from Brahman? Right now we are Satchit Ananda Atma. We are Brahman, but due to our ignorance we do not know. And when we know means we have reached the abode of Brahman. Third, that ultimate abode of Brahman is a place where the sun, moon, fire do not illuminate. Na tat basayate suryo, na sa shanko, na pavaka. Brahman, the Atma within, is self-effulgent. It does not require any other light to illumine it. Atma is the all-pervasive pure consciousness that illumines all thought forms, vritti, perceived by our mind, so that objects are seen by our mind. Therefore, Atma is the real source of illumination. It is the light because of which the sun, moon, fire, and everything else is known. In fact, every other form of light comes to light because of consciousness, Brahman. Consciousness lends its existence to our body-mind senses and the entire creation, without which our mind cannot perceive anything in this world. Fourth, the first half of verse 7, Sri Krishna as Ishvara says, in the individual world, Jiva Loke, a part of me alone exists in the form of jivas. Mama Amsa eva jiva bhutas, that which is eternal, sanatana. Amsa means fraction, and the one who has become jiva bhutas is like a part, an amsa of Brahman. This statement is not to be misunderstood. When we say a jiva is an amsa of Brahman, it means the jiva is not another object other than Brahman. Brahman is whole, Purnam. Brahman has no parts. This has to be understood. Just like when the totality of the sun is reflected in water. No matter how many reflections are there, there is only one sun. All these reflections depend upon the sun, but the sun is free from these reflections. In the same manner, there are an infinite number of jivas, and we all are Param Atma, but Param Atma is not the jivas. In the wake of this knowledge of Brahman, our sense of individuality, jivatva, goes. Our life of samsara ends. We have gained the purpose of human birth, moksha. The second half of verse 7 and verse 8 should be read together. It describes how our life of samsara continues when we jivas are ignorant. Death of a jiva is spoken of only with reference to this physical body. Jivas do not die until moksha is gained. Until then, we are born again and again in different bodies. Actually, there is no jivas to die. The status of being jivas is a superimposition. Upon gaining moksha, this superimposition goes away. Until then, first, when we as jivas depart from this physical body, yatcha api ukramati, we draw to ourselves the material cause, prakriti stani kanchati, which are the five sense organs and the mind, manaha sastani indriyani. Second, and when we the jivas obtain a new body, shariram yat avapnoti, we bring along the five sense organs and the mind, samyati grihitva etani, just like the wind that carries the fragrance from its source like the flower, vayur iva gandhan asayat. In the new body, we enjoy the same sense objects as we did in our previous birth, with our five sense organs and the mind, and our life of samsara continues. In verse 9, Sri Krishna tells how we the jivas continue living our life of samsara. In our new body, we the jivas continue being a fraction, an amsa of Ishvara. Ishvara, as Lord Vishnu, is the sustainer, continues presiding over our minds, adhisthaya manascha, and the ears, the eyes, the sense of touch, the sense of taste, the sense of smell. Sotram chakshur sprashanam cha rasanam granam evacha, enabling them to function as the eye of the eye, the ear of the ear, and so on. In our ignorance, we the jivas continue experiencing the same sense objects exactly as we did in our previous birth. Ayam vishayan upasevate. The truth of this form is nothing but Parameshvara, which we the jivas may or may not know. Verse 10, Sri Krishna tells, first, that we the jivas are endowed with the gunas, bunjanam va guna anvitam. And according to our guna composition, we continue fulfilling our desires and thereby accumulating further punyas and papas. What a lot for we jivas, being ignorant, are waylaid by our desires. Being deluded, we do not see. Vimudana anupasyati, that the one who is departing from the body, utkramantam, or even remaining in the body, stihitam va api, is the self-evident Atma, which is the basis of our sense organ and the mind. We human beings are Param Atma. We can enjoy Atma's nature, freedom, moksha, as we have the capacity to discriminate between real and unreal, Atma, Anatma. The point is, death does not solve the problem of being jivas. There is a common misconception that moksha follows death, but the Gita denies this. If while living as jivas, we do not purify our mind and gain the knowledge and wisdom of Brahman, we keep going on this endless cycle of birth and death, samsara. Second, on the other hand, when we the jivas have purified our minds and gained the knowledge and wisdom of Brahman by listening, analyzing and contemplating upon the Vedanta Sastra, to be able to discriminate between real and unreal, Atma, Anatma, means we have gained the eye of wisdom to see. Jnana chakshusa pashyati. We see that we as the doer and enjoyer are nothing but Param Atma. We see that our sense of individuality is dependent upon Param Atma. Thereby, we immediately recognize ourselves as that self-evident Atma Brahman. Verse 11 shows the difference between being deluded and being wise. First, when we are deluded, our minds are not matured, akritat manaha, and we do not have this discrimination, viveka, achetasa. Then we will fail to see this self-evident Atma, enam na pasyati, even if we are making an effort, yatata api. Vedanta is the means of gaining the knowledge of Brahman. And whoever listens to the Vedanta Sastra should be able to see Atma immediately. But it does not happen that way. Because first, we have to withdraw ourselves from a life of improper activities. The emphasis here is on the purification of our mind, antakarana suddhi, which is accomplished by living a life of karma yoga and cultivation of values. Second, yogis here refers to karma yogis who are living a simple life of contemplation upon the knowledge of Brahman. And when we are yogis who are making proper effort, yatata yoginacha, we will see Atma obtaining in our intellect, buddhi, enam pasyati atmani avastitam. This implies that by proper effort, our minds are made tranquil and receptive to the teaching of the Vedanta Sastra. Both direct and indirect knowledge of anything is illumined by Atma. And this self-evident Atma is to be recognized directly. That this pure consciousness obtaining in our intellect is identical to Satyam, Jnanam, Ananta, Brahma. When we know this, we will certainly see Atma as we have the eye of wisdom. We see that this Atma is the self of all, Sarva Atma. At verse 11, we shall take a break And next, Sri Krishna speaks about those who have the eye of wisdom. Please like, subscribe, and share these episodes with your friends and loved ones. So till then, Om Namah Shivaya.